Hey guys, it's your girl Tay here. I'm back with another video, and today we have my 1 month update of my bariatric surgery, which was the bypass. I wanted to record this video and do like a whole series because I don't see a lot of content on the bypass surgery because most people get the sleeve surgery. So if I have to be the face of the bypass surgery for right now until more people start recording some content, you feel me? That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm going to do. So I didn't binge watch a lot of content about this. So I might go out of order. I'm gonna try to include some photos. I'm gonna try to include some pointers, but we winging it right here. I got a little bit of notes, but we winging it out here. So let's get into this video. So concerns that I have, I want to address some of the concerns that I had in between after having the surgery, because if you go watch my other videos, you'll see my vlogs that I had. But these are the concerns I had within my 1 month, and I was like, how's this gonna work out? And then being 1 month post-op, I'm like, okay, I see what it is. First concern was, how am I gonna get in my water? Now I want to show y'all this with my water. I was very nervous because I was like, okay, eventually I'm gonna have to go back to the gym. I was going to the gym about 3 times a week, 2 to 3 times a week, and I was sweating. So I'm like, if I can't drink water, I don't want to faint at the gym. I don't want to faint. Another thing also was, every time I would stand up, I would just get lightheaded, feel like I was going to faint. And a lot of times they said that means you're dehydrated, but I'm like, can barely drink water, so how you gonna stay hydrated? It doesn't make sense. Let me show you. So before you taking sips like this, some of y'all might not have had the surgery yet. You're just looking, you're just binge watching content. It is what it is. This is how much you're gonna be able to drink and just sip. That's it. And you be like, nah, I can't have no more. I remember like within like maybe 2 weeks, still like you might can drink a little bit more. But I would try to drink and force myself to drink, and it'll come to a point where it stops, and I'll just have water going all the way down, like just going down, because I done tried to drink a lot, and my body says nope, it's too much water, and my body just stopped taking water, so it would just go all the way down on my shirt and everything. I'm like, yo, had to keep a paper towel in there. Maybe that's just me, but that's something I did. But now let me show you how I can drink water. Always give it a pause. Give it a pause. Don't just be go. Give it a pause. Now I feel in my stomach. And so this is how much I got. I got about almost half a water bottle. And y'all can count how many seconds that was. I feel it right here. Would I gulp it? I feel it right here up in my stomach. Would I gulp it like that all the time? No. If I'm at the gym, maybe. But so if you're worried about women, like, oh my gosh, am I gonna be able to drink water again? Or all this stuff, you might feel miserable. Like I did not, I was winging it. I ain't know when I was gonna be able to drink enough water like I wanted to. And still I don't be drinking enough water like I need to. Like that's one thing I really do need to do is get in more water. I was very, 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 very sleepy. Like I'm in school, and I was just tired. I could barely stay awake to even do classwork. Like by the time I was like meeting online, I was just like this, like going to sleep, knocked out. And it wasn't until I got off of the liquid diet and went into the pureed diet that still I was still trying to drink them shakes in the morning, and I was still trying to drink those shakes in the morning. And I heard God tell me, Tasha, I heard God say, Tasha, eat some physical food. I was like, I feel tired. Like, what's that gonna do? Baby, when I tell you I had some of that pureed food I had made, and I ate like 3 bites of it, instantly, it felt like, even though my lights was on, it felt like my eyes just illuminated. I've had so much energy. And so when I see why they say take 2 weeks off of work, because when like you don't have any energy, and if you're not willing to eat the right foods, like some people they just be cheating, they don't be eating the right foods. You really have to nourish your body. You really have to nourish your body. Protein. Certain things getting in protein. Before it's a little bit hard. I feel like I'm getting less protein than I should. I feel like I'm getting less protein than I did during the earlier phases, because when I had the liquid, I was on a liquid diet. I'm drinking protein shakes, and I keep looking at that protein shake over here. If y'all see me looking out like the corner or something, I keep looking at the protein shake. I kept drinking that. That's 30 grams of protein. And then before I also used to have the yogurts, which was about another 15 grams. So that's 45 grams. I think you only got to get 60 grams of protein in for the people who have the sleeve and the bypass. Well, all you need is another like 15 grams of protein, and you at your goal for the day. So that's pretty much easy. But then again, after the surgery, you don't know how your body's going to take everything, right? So afterwards, my body could not take yogurt. Yogurt was Mind you, before I even went on my own, had my surgery, I did like a liquid diet. And so I was drinking protein shakes before that, and I'm tired of protein shakes, guys. But there are so many different ways to get in your protein. And you can try like smoothies and get powdered. You have powdered protein. You have protein shakes. You have water protein. I just bought something today from Walmart. Hold on. You have protein shots. I don't know if it's gonna zoom in or not. You have protein shots, okay? It ain't the best, but you got protein shots. This might be even better for you if you know you can't get in that much protein or drink all those shakes when you first get out of surgery. Like I said, you could tell. I think I'm gonna like invest in a good powder. I don't like them thick tail shakes. I want to get a powder so I can put it and mix it in my food and do it that way. It's just something like 1 month you get tired of them shakes, baby. It don't taste good no more. It's thick. We're gonna move on to the next topic. What else? Also, just like I said, making sure you get in your water, drinking enough water, but also making sure you eat your food. Before I was skipping breakfast, I was like, I'm not a breakfast person. One thing I can say what I learned 1 month after surgery is you got a new body, especially if you got a bypass. Things are rearranged. I say it's like you took your arm off of here and put it on your head. Your outside might look the same for a couple of months, but baby, the insides have been rearranged. So you got a new body. You got new things going on. So what you need to do is figure out your new body. Figure out, treat it differently. Don't think you know it. Before you was stuffing your face and you ain't care about your body. You was just like, listen, babes, you finna take what I put in my mouth and the digestion, everything. You just need to figure it out. But now, nah, your body, baby, you'll be throwing up. You'll be messed up. You'll be sitting here looking uncomfortable. You'll be out here looking crazy in pain. Don't play like that. Don't play like that. Like, it's a reason why, I'll just say this. It's a reason why when certain people get the sleeves, that's the most popular bariatric surgery. People got to get revision surgery to a bypass. You don't hear too many people who had the bypass and they got failed by the bypass. You might hear some complications because people didn't want to eat right. They want to eat like they did before they had the surgery, and now they done to stretch something out, bust something up open, and now they having complications, or they didn't want to take their vitamins. But you don't hear too many issues about the bypass, because the bypass gonna knock you. You be out there mistreating your stomach. Your stomach like, alright, you wanna play like that? Alright, watch this, you gonna throw up. Right, watch this. Alright, keep playing. So that's how it is to me with the bypass. You cannot eat as many, like you can't eat as much. I know somebody who had to sleep. I see people on like line on TikTok, and I see them eating food like 1 month past, 2 months, 6 months past, and they can eat big bites. They can eat more food. Well, I'm still with the bypass. I still got to make sure I'm not eating too fast. I will say, and it's quite funny because yesterday I was preparing for this video, and I was like, good, I only threw it one time. A lot of times people don't want to get the bypass because they feel like it's a lot of complications. I thank God that I ain't have no complications. And this is one reason I feel like people have complications. And here's the reason I feel like I didn't have complications. Number one, the reason that I feel like most people, well, some people, the people who do have the complications, they don't listen to their doctor. My doctor, where's the book? My doctor has been doing this surgery for over about, I think maybe going on 15 to 20 years, probably more than that. My doctor has experience. I didn't go to no doctor that don't have any experience, that don't know what they're doing. They prepared me for it. Even with my insurance, they said, listen, babes, you can't have this until 3 months, and you can't have that until 6 months, and this is what you need to do. And they told me, some people, they be going overseas and getting this surgery. I'm not trying to shame nobody. I'm just saying they go overseas, they get this surgery, and these doctors do not prepare them for what's to come. Some stuff that you, like for me, certain stuff I can't have until 6 months afterwards. Some people are eating the next day after surgery because their doctors did not prepare them for what to eat and what not to eat. They didn't prepare them for it. And so some people, they don't care what the doctor got to say. They eat what they want to eat, baby. A lot of people, listen, this is one thing I can say, and I will stress it. Get you some counseling, baby. Go to a support group if you don't want counseling. But a lot of people, I had to do research papers on this. Baby, I did research studies on this. I told y'all I'm in school, and the topic for some reason was obesity. And one thing I learned is a lot of people who have obesity, it's tied to, and a lot of people have emotional eating. It's not just they eating too much or they eating processed foods or the wrong food. A lot of people are emotional eaters. They're bored, they want to eat. They're happy, they want to eat. They're sad, they're mad, they're this, they're that. They want to eat. Going to the nutrition classes where the classes where we have like group classes that were required by my insurance. A lot of people are emotional eaters, and that is tied to your mental health. And once you can't eat, baby, well, some people try to go right back to eating, and that's why they gain the weight back. Or they try to go back to eating and they messed up their insides up, because your insides need to heal. That's what went through the most surgery and the most just manipulation are your insides. So that's the main thing that need to heal. You might look normal on the outside and you're like, yeah, I lost a little bit of weight, but them insides still trying to heal. And people be messing themselves up because they don't listen to the doctor. They just be eating whatever they want. They don't understand, like, oh, well, my body, like, I ain't died. You keep eating these heavy foods, it's sitting in your pouch and it's weighing it down, and you don't know, like, you didn't give your stitches and all that time to heal. And so people just be messing themselves up. A lot of people get scared of the bypass because they think like it just has complications on its own. I truly believe 90% of the complications that people experience are self-inflicted. I really believe that. Because I be looking online, I be looking at what people be eating, and they don't care. A lot of people don't care. And it ain't till they experience some dumping that they have issues. That was the reason number 2. I feel like I didn't experience a lot of dumping, like they say. It's because this is what I do. I wish I had some food next to me so I could show y'all. I got a banana here, but I nibble. I nibble. If it's one thing I could tell you to do, is to nibble. Nibble, nibble, nibble. You eat you some food. Don't take no big bite out of no food, because you do not know how your body is finna take it. You go up there and, how can I explain this, bro? Just like something this small. Somebody will like take a bite. That's for somebody else. They're like, oh, you just stick that whole thing in your mouth. Don't, baby, don't do that. Baby, don't do that. I don't care how small it is you think it is. Take a small bite out of whatever, even if it is small to you. And nibble. Chew it up real good. Nibble, nibble, nibble. Chew it up real good. See how it goes down and how your body takes it. Take some time, like wait like 5 seconds. If your body allows you to, like, it goes down properly, good. Sometimes when I eat new foods, I can feel it going all the way down. And it'll get stuck right up in here. Right up in here. This is where it gets stuck, guys. When you eat foods and it's too big, or you eat too fast, it gets stuck right here. And you're going to be beating yourself like this. Popping and stuff, like trying to get it to go down. It is very uncomfortable. It doesn't hurt, but it's very uncomfortable. And don't think if you, I'm gonna go and drink some water afterwards to get it to go down. You gonna mess yourself up. Now it's gonna come right up, or it's just gonna be sitting right there until it comes up. And babes, like, just don't do that. So that's the best advice I can give anybody is make sure you nibble. Test your food, test your food, test your food. Take small bites. You should be taking about, I don't know if I can eat like maybe for 30 minutes, but I might get in 15 to 20 minutes. I am only eating 4 ounces of food. So it don't take me that long to eat. I'm going to be honest with you about that. But try anything. Like, it's not ground. You need it, like I said, chew it till it's like applesauce consistency. Nibble, nibble. I don't care if you're a grown tail man. Nibble, nibble, nibble. Chew, chew, and chew, 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 chew. Then swallow it and see how your body takes it, because you don't know how your body reacts. If you take a big tail bite out of some food and you don't know how your body gonna react, it's better to have something small and you realize, dang, my body is rejecting this. And you could put it off to the side, then you to take a big giant bite and realize, oh dang, my body do not like this. You're gonna be miserable. And that's why I feel like I haven't experienced a lot of dumping, because that's what, listen, I tested. I see how it go down. I felt when it's like, you're gonna go through the experience where you realize, I can't take them big bites. The big bites I was eating before, I can't do that. Them numbers, they say use baby utensils. I don't use baby utensils, but I take small bites. I nibble. And then after that, then you can grow and see how your body takes it. Sometimes I forget and it gets stuck right here. I'm like, dang, why you do that to yourself? Another thing I need to get on myself about, and this is why I feel like caused me to throw up the times that I did throw up, was eating too fast. Even with me eating small bites and nibbling, I might eat too much, like take bigger bites than I need to, don't chew it like I supposed to, or I'll be eating way too fast. And it will get stuck right up in there. You're going to be beating that chest like a gorilla. Listen, you be out here like feeling crazy. It is not a good feeling. Like, I just had the fear of dumping. Like, oh my gosh, am I going to dump? I'm telling you, as long as you nibble, you test your food, you nibble it, you chew, you give yourself time for it to go down. And this is also what I like to do. As it's going down, you have to ask yourself a question. If it gets stuck right here, because it might not be that your body is rejecting it, you might have ate too fast. You might didn't chew like you were supposed to. Some, like, if you have ground beef or ground meat, it's easier to chew. So you ain't gonna have to chew as much. It's gonna be easier to go down. But you have a solid piece of meat, like a carved turkey. A piece of carved turkey, you're gonna have to chew that a lot more than ground turkey. So you might not like think in your mind like you used to just eating regular, but you really got to chew your food, or you'll feel it. And you're like, dang, like what's going on? Another concern I had was, dang, what I'm gonna eat. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all, I can't eat like I want to. I look at people who I just online. Now, I'm gonna keep comparing it because I'll just be shocked. The people who have the sleeve, because I'll be watching them on social media. I see countless content about the sleeve. they can go back to, it seems like they can go back to eating regular so soon with the bypass. Certain stuff like 4 ounces, y'all. 4 ounces, you might eat a little bit more than that. Like if it's chili, because it's going to be a little bit of food and then more sauce, like saucy foods or foods that have liquids in it, of course you're going to be able to eat more than 4 ounces because you're not really eating solid foods. Majority like of that 4 ounces, all of it is not solid foods. So some of it's liquid, so you're going to be able to eat more of that. But then let's say you go to Chick-fil-A and you get you some grilled nuggets, you might not be able to eat as much as that because that's just straight up solid food, no liquid in it. And so with that, I was just like, dang, like when I'm going to be able to eat regular. I'm just be honest with you, I can eat a little bit more, but I don't know when I'm going to be able to eat regular. We'll see at 3 months or 6 months. I don't know. So, and it's crazy because I don't eat a lot. Yeah, I'm at a stall right now. So hopefully by month 3, I'll be done lost at least 20 more pounds. That would be nice. Well, I lost 16, but 20 pounds, that would be real nice. That would be real nice. Y'all pray for me. Pray for me. Incision healing. Let me go. I want to show y'all what I use. Incision healing. And I'm going to show y'all my incisions. This is what I found on Amazon. Right here, this is what I use. You're supposed to use 4 times a day. And it's supposed to reduce your scars, your incision scars. I'm going to show you my belly, and it is what it is. So I don't, hold on. Get it underneath here. Okay, guys. So where's my incisions? Here's one right here. Can y'all see? Hold on, guys. I'm gonna have to probably go back a little bit back. But y'all can see this is one incision right here. It's another one right here, you can't really tell. Then where's the other one? Then one right here. This one right here, the white meat was showing real bad. Because they say you should let it heal properly. Let me get my camera right. You should let it heal properly before you like let the scabs actually fall off on its own, rather than you take it off. But I was getting baptized, and I tried to get me some scar on incision covers, but I didn't know the whole piece was sticky. I thought the middle part didn't have anything sticky, so when I took that off, it just ripped it off. But this, like, as y'all can see, you can barely see some of those incisions, just the darker ones. Some of them you can't see. And it's only been a month. I'm telling you, I don't even use this 4 times a day, but yeah, I recommend this product. And I thought, after I bought it off of Amazon, I saw it in Walmart one day. So they sell this at Walmart. I recommend it. I'm going to try the scar tape soon, eventually, but this works, okay? So get you some of that. I didn't start taking collagen until today. I'm just gonna be honest with you, it did run me to the bathroom. I'm just gonna say that. Another thing I want to say is make sure I don't have exactly bad gas, but with the bypass, I noticed that we don't have, compared to the sleeve, we don't have a lot of, we're not as gassy as people with the sleeve. People who have a sleeve, they be gassy. And like even after surgery, I noticed, like even watching videos and seeing people in my life, that they have a lot of gas. Like it gets trapped all around your body with the bypass. You might experience it. I did not experience any gas. Like I'm TMI, but the day that I had surgery, most people walk so you can avoid gas. I was passing gas. I was passing gas in the hospital. Like that was like, how was your gas? I said, it was embarrassing. I was like, I've been passing gas. I said, that is so good. That's the only place I feel like with bariatric patients, that's the only time where you can talk about bowel movements and talk about passing gas, and people just congratulate you like, wow, that is so good, I wish. Or people talk about diarrhea, and any other time they're like, oh my gosh, I don't want to hear that. But they're like, baby, because let me tell you right now, take your stool softeners. Listen, you might feel like it's TMI, but after you have this surgery, I'm somebody, I ain't deal with constipation ever. This is the first time I ever dealt with any type of constipation. Baby, it feel like you about to give birth out of your behind. That might be TMI, but that's how I feel. You'll be on that toilet for an hour giving birth. Listen, babes, don't play. Get your stool softeners. You might have to get you a laxative. I don't know, depending. You might think, I was one of the ones I thought, I don't get constipated, like, whatever. Baby, don't play. Don't hurt yourself now. You better take those stool softeners twice a day, 2 pills a day, twice a day. I think we gotta do this for at least 3 months, but it might be longer than that. It depends. You might even have to get you a laxative. It was times where I took laxatives and it ain't do nothing. I was like, hey yo, what's going on? So make sure you take your stool softeners. And sometimes, like with me, I just bought me some gas acids, or with an off-brand version, because lately I have been dealing with gas and not coming out, being trapped inside of my body, and so it can be painful, you know. So that's what I can say. It's painful. Loose skin. I don't feel like, because I only lost 16 pounds, the bigger you are, the more weight you're gonna lose. I started off at 253. Compared to the other people that were in my class, I was one of the smallest people in the class. If I lose 100 pounds, I'll be 153, and I'm 5'7", so that is very small. I don't know if I'm gonna get all the way to that weight on my own. I feel like I would have to get in the gym just to get that size. I might not. I'm gonna be in the gym anyway. But if you start off like at 300 something, like 353 pounds, you're probably going to be losing 16 pounds a month. Like I feel like I've been at a stall for like 3 weeks at the same weight. But if you're bigger than me, you're probably going to be losing way more weight. The smaller you are, you're not going to be losing as much weight. Unless you don't want to look interested afterwards. Like, then that's another issue. You don't want to be in the hospital. So I let's call a spade a spade. So I'm like, I ain't start off at the biggest, so I don't expect to lose a whole bunch of weight every single month. It is what it is, and because I only lost 16 pounds, I'm not dealing with a lot of loose skin. So that's why just today, a month in, I'm now starting to take collagen just to help with the elasticity of my skin. And soon I might start using skin firmers around my belly. It's certain parts like my arms, y'all can't see, but I had already lost 60 pounds before surgery, like on my own. This is outside of surgery. And so I got bat wings like crazy. Like, it be moving. Y'all can't see, but it be moving. My thighs, I already know what it is. My belly, that's why I said I could use skin firmer. I don't know how much loose skin I'm gonna have there, but I'm only 1 month post-op, so I really don't know. But I'm not really dealing with a lot of loose skin because I only lost 6 pounds. That's a lot, good, but it's only 16 pounds right now. Ask me when we at 50 pounds. Weight loss, like I told you, I lost 16 pounds this month. Well, the first month, and I've been in a stall ever since. So after month 2, it might, like, you just never know. In 1 week, you could lose 5 pounds after a whole stall. So I'm not tripping. It's just only month 1. Also, I want to say this before I get to this one of these last topics, is going to the gym. So I'm at 1 month post-op, and so now I'm cleared to go to the gym. Some people, I don't think you're going to be cleared until 1 month. It depends on your doctor, because you can't lift over 30 pounds. even though I go to the gym, I'm not somebody, I don't like I told y'all before, I was going to the gym 2 to 3 times a week. I'm not cardio queen. I'm doing at most probably 35 minutes. I'm not up there for 40 minutes. I'm lifting weights. As you're losing weight, if one thing I can tell you, this is besides weight loss surgery, this is just in general, even with the weight loss and stuff like that. If you want to keep burning fat after you're done working out, build that muscle. With weight loss surgery, you're going to be having like the super vent loose skin. You want to build muscle. So do your cardio, but don't be spending too much time on that cardio. You're going to lose the weight anyway. You can help it out, but you're going to lose the weight anyway. So start lifting those weights. So one thing I love doing is I love my hip abductor and abductor, if that's how you say it. That's when you take your thighs. I don't know. You be taking your thighs and you go in and out. You be pushing it out this way with the weights, and then you push it in. Also, what else? I do the ones with the back muscles. You got to get that bag. You feel me? You got to get that bag right there. You feel me? Like, I just want that to go in. So when you're doing that exercise, like going up and down, it's gonna start smoothing that back out. What else are we doing? Just moving them arms. I might even do the stuff to get the waist, but because I'm just getting back in the gym, and one thing I recommend is just join the gym. I'm a gym person, so you can walk, you can buy you, like I literally bought me weights. I don't use it yet. I'm a gym person. I don't want to walk outside. I don't like walking on the treadmill. I actually like using the arc trainer at Planet Fitness or the elliptical. I don't like that treadmill. It just feels like a waste of energy. I like the elliptical, but my favorite is the arc trainer. I only see that at Planet Fitness. You get to step up and down. It's kind of like almost like the Stairmaster, except it's way better on your knees. But the treadmill, I don't like it. I feel like it requires more work. Even though what I do is more work, but the treadmill just feel like you walking in place. It feel like I'm wasting energy. It feel like for the exercise that I get on the arc trainer or the elliptical, which while you're moving in place and walking, you're using more and more muscles out of your thighs. So you're doing like kind of 2 exercises at once. I'm getting more bang for my buck in a way. Versus the treadmill, you're just walking. And even if I'm on the treadmill, baby, that incline gonna be real high and I'm walking fast. When I go to the gym, I work out. But when you first start out, and what I'm doing right now is we ain't doing nothing crazy. We just trying to get ourselves used to working out. So start off on the treadmill. You ain't got to walk. Everybody might be walking 2 miles per hour. Walk 1 mile per hour. I don't care if they look at you. Most people, they're not looking at you. I'm just saying this. It doesn't matter. Just start. Because you got a year to get all this majority of the weight that you can get off, as much as you can get off. After that, it start dying down. You start losing momentum. So this is the year that you need to start gaining momentum. You need to start building that momentum. And so get yourself in the gym. Go 1 day a week, once every 2 weeks. Get yourself used to going in the gym. Get yourself used to maybe doing cardio. Get yourself used. You don't listen. They just move Planet Fitness. They just move all the machines everywhere. They just move what was over here is over there. And I looked to myself. I was like, dang, I felt lost. Like it was my first day at the gym because they move everything around. I didn't know where anything was. So I was just up there just scanning the room. I know people's like, why she staring at me? I'm like, baby, I ain't staring at you. I'm looking for the machine that I like to use. So you got to go in there with confidence. I know a lot of people, they're insecure and they feel a little bit timid and shy. Because they're like, I don't know what I'm doing. So what, baby? You about to look good. Listen, you might look like a fool. Most people you're not, but you might be doing something wrong. Eventually you're going to correct yourself. You're going to see somebody else using that same machine and you're like, oh, that's how you use it. And then you're going to correct yourself and you're going to be looking good. You feel me? So let all that, like, let all that scatter stuff, insecurity, throw it away. Just throw it away. Don't even listen to it. That's what stops people from going to the gym. And when you go to the gym and that body start looking like, see, you start seeing that thigh. You start seeing that thigh. You start seeing the waist. You start seeing the butt. You start seeing the arm, the back. Baby, ain't nobody gonna tell you nothing. You be like, baby, okay, what you finna say? What you finna say to me? Baby, I look good. That time where you like, damn, I'm kind of tired, but not too tired to look good. Healthy, yes, but I don't know, my favorite part is looking good. When you start seeing them results and you start looking in the mirror, you like what you see, you like, who did? You start walking past me, you be like, hear the body tea. If you have the bypass, let me tell you something. You can't have, I don't know how to say it, if it's NSAIDs, basically you can't have ibuprofen. So if that's something you've been dependent on for your menstrual, even with men, like if you have any inflammation and you need to tell a doctor, like for instance, right after I had surgery, 2 weeks after I had surgery, I had got all my wisdom teeth pulled. And I know they did not read my file because they said, oh, well, just take some ibuprofen when you go home. I said, baby, you trying to kill me? I can't take no ibuprofen. Like, don't be trusting some of these doctors sometimes. After, like, you can't have certain medications. Meloxicam, I don't know, like, but all those NSAIDs, you can't have. It's gonna mess you up. You'll be right up in that hospital. Don't play. But with the menstrual, Tylenol. That's pretty much for my women. That's pretty much what you can take. With men also, but for women, for your menstrual, Tylenol. It wasn't until, because I was ibuprofen queen. As soon as I feel a little stomach like issue, feel it again, and it would take away all my issues. Like I was just ibuprofen queen. I had knee issues. Like I got this surgery because of my knees was inflamed. I thank God for this surgery because I thought about it yesterday. I was like, dang, my knees don't even hurt anymore. I don't deal with inflammation anymore because of the surgery, because I'm losing weight. So because I'm eating, I had to change my lifestyle and what I eat. So I don't deal with inflammation anymore except for menstrual. And when you can't take ibuprofen anymore, it isn't until then you realize, dang, that treated like 3 different things. For instance, when you have your menstrual, you have cramps, you have nausea, then sometimes you can have lightheadedness. I was somebody without any medication, I would throw up, I would have a TMI, diarrhea, I'm telling you, and I would faint and pass out. So ibuprofen solved all my issues. So now what I take is Tylenol. For the cramps, it take away about 85 to 90% of my cramping. It don't take away all of it like ibuprofen used to, but it take away 80 to 90% of my cramping. I had to develop a tolerance for my menstrual. I recommend you do this. So I had about 2 menstrual cycles before I got the surgery. I was like, you know what? Eventually, after surgery, I knew I couldn't take it anymore. So I said, let me go ahead and try to figure out what works for me, so I don't have no issues or feel tempted to take ibuprofen after the surgery. I take Tylenol. You need to go to your doctor if you have severe like menstrual cycles. Go to the doctor. And one thing they gave me, I still have some left over, is the Zafron. And they didn't give it to me for my menstrual, but they gave it to me for sickness, because with the bypass, for some reason, I had a lot of nausea. And so now, because I still have some medication left over, I don't know if that's illegal or not, guys, but that's why I'm going to go, after I run out, I'm going to go to my doctor and ask them to prescribe me that. I'm not misusing it, but The Tylenol deals with the cramping, but it don't solve the nausea at all. Tylenol don't do nothing for nausea. So I take the Zofar or whatever it is. Excuse me, yes, Zofran. It's Zofran. I don't know. I'm spelling something else at first. But that is a powerful little pill. It's about that. It's very tiny and it's very powerful. It takes away your nausea. And then also I use Icy Hot on my stomach. Heat therapy is good for you. If you have like a heated blanket, that might work. But if I'm out and about, I'm using Icy Hot because that helps me. So you're gonna be dealing with stomach cramps. Tylenol ain't gonna take away all of it for me. It might take away for you, but it didn't take away all the period cramps. Nausea, you need something for nausea because Tylenol ain't touching that nausea. You need something for nausea. So, and it still might be a little bit extra stuff that you, like I said, the extra 10% that you need, at least when it first come on. Icy Hot, Icy Hot, Icy Hot, Icy Hot. I'm glad I had the surgery because I got the surgery to get the weight off my knees. I'm getting the weight off my knees. I don't deal with inflammation. My knees do not hurt at all. I ain't think about it. I'm like, dang. Like, I ain't had no issue with my back pain. Nah, I don't deal with that no more. And it's only been a month. It's crazy. Make sure, and just to also avoid being in a hospital or any complications, make sure you take your vitamins. If you run out of your vitamins and you can't get it quick enough, it's better to go to the store and get you these like regular 1-a-day vitamins and find you some calcium. Like, just even if it's not at the same amount, it's better than nothing. You want to get in some vitamins because some people, they're like, oh, like, you might be going through financial issues. I don't know your situation. Hopefully you stack up some money and save for this, but because what you're not spending in food anymore, it saves you a lot. Because I went to Chipotle. I'm just being honest with you. I went to Chipotle. I didn't get the rice. Can't have that for 6 months. But out of like one server I would usually get, and I ain't going line and pressure them to make, give me a whole lot of food. I ordered offline. It gave me about 6 servings of food. So that was like 6 meals for me. Off of $10. I think it was $9. So when you eat out, you're gonna be saving money. Well, it's gonna be the same price, but yeah, you can be saving money because you wouldn't eat all that in one day. Now you can eat that. It'll take you about 2 to 3 days. I had Chick-fil-A. It lasts me a couple of meals. When I go out and I get me a meal, I have these 4-ounce cups. I go ahead and split them up in my 4-ounce cup with the top. And I make me meals. For instance, I made me barbecue meatballs. You can use beef. I made mine with turkey. I use sugar-free, the same way you use like Ray's. I use sugar-free Ray's. And I use sugar-free jam or jelly. It's a lot of stuff you can eat the same thing. It's just make sure it's not carby. It doesn't have a high amount of saturated fat, and it's not a high amount of sugar. And so you can eat certain foods. You just need to figure out what you can't eat, and then it's protein, straight protein. So I'm ending this video. One thing I want to say is this: get it. I say this: go through the process with your insurance. Go through the process of it. If you don't want to get it, then you can always back out. But if you sit here and contemplate about it and you contemplate about it and you finally realize, oh, I want it, and you get with your insurance and they say it's a 6-month process, baby, you can be waiting for over a year. You don't want to do that. I say originally I wanted to get the sleeve surgery. I went to a doctor, something ain't feel right. I said, nah. Like, they told me, okay, you're cool, you'll be a good candidate. I said, something don't feel right with this doctor. I ain't go through with it. But now I went through with it with the bypass with whole nother doctor. This is years later. Get you a good doctor. I really want to show y'all if I can show y'all. And I don't feel that comfortable showing my belly up here. Y'all can see it a little bit. my belly up here. But one thing I like about my doctor, okay, now y'all can see my incision right here, right here, right here, and it's one right here, one right here, as you can see, and one right here. You see how I got to pull up my belly for y'all to see. And I like that it's kind of in that bikini line. That's what happens when you go to a surgeon that's been doing it for about 15 to 20 years. They know where to put the incisions. They help you out. And a lot of people, they get skin removal surgery, so these incisions are not going to be so visible. It's going to be cut off. And then also, even if you don't want to get skin removal surgery, it's in the bikini line. So once this heals up, like you can see, you rarely see this. Shoot, I'll be trying to find them. Where is it? The second one's right here. I kind of messed myself up here, but eventually it's going to go away. You're not going to be able to tell anything. And the other ones, the big ones, they're in the bikini line. I know y'all can't see me. They're in that bikini line. So even if you're not somebody, you're like, I'm down with the loose skin. I'm down with whatever. I'm not getting no more surgeries. You straight. And so get you a good surgeon. Get you a good surgeon. Somebody that you trust. Like, pray to God. God told me to get this surgery. I wasn't looking at any surgery. One day God just said, Taisha, get the bypass surgery. I was like, huh? Cause I ain't want this. I wasn't thinking about any of the surgery. I heard get the bypass surgery, and I told you I wanted to get the sleeve. That's the most popular one, but I got the bypass, no complications. Feeling myself, I'm doing good, and so I recommend it. I hope this inspires some of you guys. I hope that this really inform you guys. And guys, this is just a tool. You still got to eat right. You got to exercise. You got to get that mental right, because some people, they go from eating to in somebody's bed. I'm just me saying. They go from eating to drinking, and people be ending up right up in that hospital. They go from eating to some other unhealthy stuff. They be messing up the relationships in their life. And I ain't going on that. If you want to see a video like that, I might just let me know in the description. But it's more I could talk about, but I don't want this to go on too long. Yeah. So like, guys, comment, guys, subscribe, guys. And eventually, once you get this, you're going to be feeling yourself too. Because the camera is cameraing. The quality is quality. No, that ain't the word. But peace, guys.